Have you ever looked into a mirror and felt like something wasn't quite right? Maybe you have noticed your reflection acting just a little strange. In today's story, we follow Lara, a young woman who experiences something truly bizarre in her own home. A reflection that doesn't always move when she does, strange whispers in the dark, and objects that seem to have a mind of their own. But what's really happening to her? Is it all in her head, or is it something much deeper going on? Join me as we explore the mysterious journey of Lara and discover how she finds peace in the most unexpected way. Lara was a smart and logical young woman who loved solving puzzles and working with computers. She lived alone in a cozy environment and had a job as a software engineer. Life seemed good, but lately something strange had been happening that made her feel uneasy. One evening, while brushing her teeth, Lara noticed something odd in the bathroom mirror. When she tilted her head, her reflection didn't move right away. It was as if the reflection was a step behind her, and that made Lara feel a bit scared. She tried to shake it off, thinking it was just a trick of light, but the weird feeling stayed with her. The next day, she noticed it again. This time it was more pronounced. When she smiled into the mirror, her reflection didn't. It just stared back at her, expressionless. Lara's heart pounded as she stepped back from the sink. She rubbed her eyes, trying to shake off the feeling, but the image of that unmoving reflection was burned into her mind. Maybe I am just tired, she thought, brushing it off. After all, she had been working long hours on a new project at work. Stress could play tricks on the mind. Am I right? But the weirdness didn't stop there. As days passed, more strange things began to happen. She would hear soft footsteps behind her, even though no one else was home. Her belongings seemed to move on their own. Her keys would end up in different places, and her phone would be on the counter instead of the table where she had left it. Lara began to feel like she was losing control. One night, as she lay in bed, she heard whispering coming from her closet. The whispers were too soft to understand, but they sent chills down her spine. Gathering her courage, Lara got up and opened the closet door, expecting to see something terrifying. But there was nothing. She turned on the bedside lamp and slowly approached the closet. She flung the door open, half expecting to see someone standing there. But again there was nothing, just her clothes and a few scattered shoes. Yet the whispering continued, and she realized it wasn't coming from inside the closet, it was coming from the mirror on the door. Panicked Lara covered the mirror with a blanket, trying to block out the sound. But even after she covered it, she could still hear the whispers, faint but persistent. It felt like they were creeping into her mind, planting seeds of doubt and fear. Lara knew she couldn't keep ignoring what was happening to her. She confided in her best friend Maya, who listened very carefully as Lara described the bizarre incidents. Maya, always the practical one, suggested that Lara might be experiencing sleep deprivation or stress-induced hallucination. You need to see someone, Lara. This might be more serious than you think, Maya advised. Lara reluctantly agreed and made an appointment with the therapist Dr. Patel, a calm and reassuring man. Listened carefully as Lara recounted the strange events. Lara, What you are describing could be a manifestation of extreme stress or even early signs of a psychological condition. It's not uncommon for the mind to play tricks under pressure, Dr. Patel explained. But despite the reassurance of the Dr. Patel, the incidents didn't stop. They grew more intense. The whispers became clearer, and Lara could now make out words, her name, over and over, mixed with unsettling phrases like,
"We are waiting, and come closer.
One night, as she stood in front of the covered mirror, the whispers grew louder, more insistent. She felt an urge to uncover the mirror, to look at what was hiding beneath the blanket. With trembling hands, she pulled the blanket away. What she saw made her scream. Her reflection was not her own. The face staring back at her was twisted and malevolent, its eyes dark and empty. It smiled, a slow, chilling smile that sent shivers down her spine. The whispers grew deafening, echoing around the room. Lara stumbled backward, crashing into the dresser. She could feel her heart racing, her breath quickening. The reflection began to move on its own, stepping forward as if trying to reach through the glass. In a blind panic, Lara grabbed the first object she could find, a small statue on the dresser, and hurled it at the mirror. The glass shattered, pieces scattering across the floor, and the reflection disappeared. The room fell silent, but the fear remained, clinging to her like a shadow. The mirror had been replaced, and she avoided looking into it for too long, afraid of what she might see. On a particularly calm day, as she passed by the mirror on her way to bed, she noticed something, a small crack in the new glass. And as she leaned in closer, she swore she could see something moving behind it, something dark and familiar. In the weeks that followed, Lara threw herself into therapy, determined to understand what had happened to her. Dr. Patel diagnosed her with a severe anxiety disorder. The strange incidents, she explained, were likely hallucinations brought on her by her fragile mental state. One day, as Lara was walking home, she passed by her elderly neighbor's house, Mrs. Thompson, a very kind old woman who loved gardening. She was standing outside tending to her flowers. Her garden was the most beautiful in the neighborhood, full of colorful blooms and the soft buzz of bees. Mrs. Thompson noticed Lara and waved her over. "Hello, dear," Mrs. Thompson said with a warm smile. "You look troubled. Would you like to come in and sit with me in the garden?" Lara hesitated, but then nodded. She needed a break from her own thoughts, and the garden seemed like a peaceful place. As they walked through the rows of flowers, Mrs. Thompson began to talk. "You know, Lara, our minds are like gardens," Mrs. Thompson said. "They need care and attention. If we don't take care of them, weeds like worries and fears can start to grow and take over. But if we tend to our minds, just like we tend to a garden, we can keep the weeds at bay." Lara looked at Mrs. Thompson, curious. "How do you take care of your mind?" she asked. Mrs. Thompson smiled and gestured to the flowers. "I spend time here in my garden, nourishing the plants. It helps me focus on the good things in life and push away the negative thoughts. You can do the same with your mind. Focus on the positive, on the things that bring you joy, and gently push away the worries." Lara thought about this as they continued to walk through the garden. The idea of her mind being like a garden made sense to her. She realized that she had been so focused on her fears and anxieties that she had forgotten to take care of for the positive parts of her life. Inspired by Mrs. Thompson's wisdom, Lara decided to change her approach. She started each day with a few minutes of quiet reflection. She imagines her mind as a garden. She would picture herself pulling out the weeds of fear and anxiety and planting flowers of calm and happiness. She also spent more time doing things she loved, like reading and taking walks in nature. Gradually, Lara noticed a change. The strange incidents that had scared her began to fade away. The whispers in the dark grew quieter until they disappeared. When she looked in the mirror, she saw her own reflection smiling back at her, no longer delayed or strained, but just her own reflection. One night, as Lara walked past the mirror on her way to bed, she noticed a small crack in the glass. As Lara leaned in closer to inspect the small crack in the mirror, her heart began to race. The dim light from the hallway cast airy shadows across the glass, and for a moment she thought she saw something moving behind it, something dark and familiar. The sight sent a shiver down her spine, but instead of turning away in fear, Lara took a deep breath and steadied herself. She remembered Mrs. Thompson's words about the garden of the mind. The mind can play tricks, she thought, but it's within my power to tend to it, to see clearly. With newfound determination, she reached out and gently touched the crack in the glass. As her fingers made contact with the cold surface, she closed her eyes and focused on her breathing, grounding herself in the present moment. She reminded herself that the fears she saw in the mirror were like the weeds in her garden, unwelcome but not undefeatable. With a calm heart, Lara turned off the lights and went to bed, feeling at peace. She knew that like any garden, her mind would need care and attention every day. But she also knew that she had the strength and wisdom to keep it healthy and full of beautiful blooming flowers. As she drifted off to sleep, the mirror stood quietly in the corner, reflecting the soft moonlight. It was just a mirror again, and for Lara, that was more than enough. And that's the story of Lara and her mirror. Remember, just like a garden needs care to grow beautiful flowers, our minds need care too. If we focus on the good things and let go of our worries, our minds will stay healthy and happy.